go put Jimmy G on the block. Get him up out of there. And what league? No, I got the 49ers. Yeah, I don't know. For Prime, you talking about? I, it was free. You ain't have to pay for it. It's free if you got Prime.
It's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river. We are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Cleveland Browns. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Just the first quarter of a tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. Room here to run.
Now, if you tag them, you can always tag a player. They only let you tag one, though.
I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
The 1-yard line.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Parkey is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
You could have franchise tagged them. Who you franchise tagged then?
But it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, you already know.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 29, Darnold. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, rookie Braden Mann will punt for the Jets. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
Their own 45-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Mayfield to throw it. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Into the 1st quarter with the score Browns 3, Jets 0.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now, here's Mayfield. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Yeah.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Parkey with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Second down and 3. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got him in, it's Brashad Perriman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup to 25. They'll run with Geis. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
No.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Or age reduction or a superstar.
Faking the give, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Darnold from the gun. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here.
Come on, I put him to rush the quarterback. This nigga running
inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First down at the 28-yard line.
This is Geis. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Frank Gore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
The score, Browns 10, Jets 7.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Hall not going to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Mayfield down. And he completes it to Hunt. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
On 41-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing quickly, Darnold, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Throwing again is Darnold. Eluding the pressure right.
There we go.
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph.
There we go. That's what we need.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
All right,
and we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield.
Oh my goodness, he just threw it right over his head.
Picked off by Bryce
Oh
Hall.
my goodness, bro. Come on. That was hard. That was hard.
The Jets take over 1st and 10. the 49-yard line.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Chris Herndon. Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Able to connect with Mims. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Got a man, it's Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Browns' 48-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Airing one out for Crowder.
Oh, that was a pick. Come on, man.
A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He hits Herndon over the middle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses, It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here we go. It's Gore.
Come on.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3.
I can sound my players.
9 there on the first down completion.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Michael Badgley on for the field goal. A 19-yard attempt.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
He ain't playing no more.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
They go play action. Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper.
Mayfield's pass.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages?
I heard him on the team say, nah, I wasn't back to back. But remember when he did it on me, he was like, oh, I thought it was good.
The safety, it makes it tough
I
to
said,
defend.
come on, y'all be doing that when it's convenient. But yeah, come on.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, I heard him when he said that in the party. There was a counter.
To be able to convert, and I guess
He was like, "Oh, he ain't run back." So that was his. That was everybody who was in the party talking to him. Like, yeah, he did. And you could tell. He was like, "Oh, no, I know he did." It was a count. And the other one was this.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
You be the same way, nigga.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He dumps this off underneath the goal.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
It's all computer teams.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
Darnold on first down.
Oh,
Throwing the out route and
you need it. If it's any computer teams, you can't do it.
5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big.
Make sure ain't nobody fed on nobody.
Tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter.
Did you take the team already?
Geis with the carry on 2nd down.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter,
All-Star
thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
At the 44-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football.
Give me a second after this game.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70%
after this game, Julius,
2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That is caught. It's Perriman. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
Wow, this nigga's
and he takes his way down deep into Cleveland territory. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the ground, Geis, and he is in. Touchdown.
This nigga must have some good shit.
Great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10.
That's the score. Jets 17, Browns 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Hall not going to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, You've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Mayfield to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 33. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
At the 8-yard line.
To throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
From back at the 8 now after the false start, another try at 1st and goal. He's back to throw. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
At the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A run for Nick Chubb. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now Mayfield. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Now Darnold.
is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a run with Geis. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. And it'll bring up third down. So third down coming up. And Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4 down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. On 2nd and 9, Darnold looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Geis. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play there in overtime, and even 40 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime.